Well, here I am in the California ghost town of Ballarat. It's right on the western edge of Death Valley. And it's really not here. There's a few ruins of old buildings, an old jail, but there's this Ballarat trading post, which is the only thing really kind of in town. So I rolled in last night, like just looking for a place to camp, and it was already dark. First, we couldn't find the camp area. Like, oh, we'll go to the store, maybe there'll be some information there. Well, imagine rolling up on this creepy-ass place in the dark, like there was barely any light left in the sky. So we came up, and it says open, and the door was wide open. So I'm like, alright, well, let's go in here and see what's in the Ballarat trading post. Got this awesome piano here on the floor. It actually works. I need a little tuning. We've got Nude Dancing Burro Show, every show at 9 a.m. Yeah, and then inside it's just kind of like a, I guess, honor system store, man. It's far out. Look at this. Random shit. Look back here. James Dean's tombstone. And I guess the only thing really for sale in this store is... Oh, wait a minute. It's that kind of place. Oh, there's not even, like, sodas or anything in here. Oh, I guess this is actually somebody's fridge. Holy shit. Alright, well. Legalize the Constitution. Look at all this. Look at this. Hey. Goler Wash. That's where we're headed. We're going to try to drive up Goler Wash to Barker Ranch, which was the last known hideout of the Manson family. It's where Charles Manson was arrested. They found him hiding in a cabinet in the bathroom. We're going to go up there and try to check it out. But first, we're just going to stop in the store here so that I can pay for the campsite last night. It's supposed to be $3 a night, and they have this coffee can here, which says $2, but whatever, I put $6 in there, because why not? I'll kick a few bucks to this awesome ghost town. Now, speaking of Charles Manson, I guess they stopped off in this ghost town on their way up to this Barker Ranch, and the road, Goler Wash, is a really burly road. In fact, I'm not even sure we're going to be able to make it all the way up there, but fucking Manson family drove a school bus, got a school bus up there somehow. But for whatever reason, they supposedly left this truck down here. I don't know, this is supposedly Charles Manson's truck that was abandoned in Ballarat. I guess he couldn't get it up Goler Wash, so they left it here in town. And all these years later, 50 years later, it's still sitting here, rusting in the desert sun. Isn't that amazing? The light's beautiful on it right now. That gives me an idea. Alright, well, we left Ballarat and we came up Goler Wash Road looking for this Barker Ranch, and let me tell you, Goler Wash basically winds through that canyon there, and it was intense, like really bad. And this is nothing compared to, like, we had to be winched up part of it. We ran into another couple that had a Hummer and a winch, and we were actually about to turn back because we're in a four-wheel drive 4Runner, and my friend that's driving just didn't feel comfortable. I mean, he probably wouldn't have been able to get up. Obviously, he wasn't without this winch. So we were just lucky we ran into this couple that happened to be there. They helped us, so we got up okay. But I mean, coming through there was fucking burly, dude. I don't recommend it. I guess the road is in bad shape right now because it rained heavily about a week ago, and then also about a month ago, like really heavily. So much so that a lot of roads in Death Valley are washed out. They were kind of historic floods. So the road's in really bad condition as of this recording, which is November 2015. But it was doable. We made it up. And this actually is not Goler Wash Road. This is a spur. Like when you get to the top, there's a spur you can take to Barker Ranch, which we finally figured out is in that valley over there. So we're about to pack all our gear in by foot because we didn't feel comfortable taking this road up. I don't know if you can see where she's walking way the fuck up. It's a really, really steep incline. And again, my friend didn't feel comfortable trying to take that. It's pretty friggin' steep. So we're just going to hump everything in on foot. And we'll probably have to make a couple trips because we want to have plenty of firewood, and it's going to be cold up here tonight. It was like 29 in Ballarat last night. And up here it'll be even colder, so. Plenty of wood and plenty of peppermint schnapps will be needed. Woohoo! Finally, we made it to the mysterious, nefarious, notorious Barker Ranch. Ooh. This is where Charles Manson was arrested with several of his followers for torching a bulldozer, ironically, in Death Valley National Park. I guess they were protesting, man's destruction of Mother Earth. So that's what they got initially busted for. And then when they brought him in, it all came unraveling what they had done. And they were all arrested and put away for life. This is the remains of the ranch. I guess in 2008 there was a fire and it burned down most of this original building here. But that is the original ranch building. We'll get to that in a minute. Looks like there's some outbuildings. There's a picnic table, a fire ring, a couple little sheds. And then there's a plaque placed by the Park Service, like an informational plaque telling you all about the Manson family. It's pretty interesting. And the previous history of the cabin, too, because it wasn't just the Manson family that stayed here. Plenty of other people did. Look how fucking far out this is. Looks like these were some sort of outbuildings. So here we go. This is probably the front door. Oh, man. So interesting. Like, all the wood portions of this have burned down, so these are just what's left. So when they arrested him, they found Charles Manson hiding in a cabinet in the bathroom, and it was a really small cabinet, and the arresting officer said he would never have even thought to look in it because it was so small. But Charles Manson was only 5'2", and he squeezed himself in there, but one single lock of his hair was sort of hanging out the cabinet door, and that one lock of hair was all it took. Officer saw that, opened the door, and the rest is history. So I'm assuming this must have been the bathroom because there's a bathtub, and then that looks like where the toilet was, so that little cabinet must have been right there. What a fucking weird place, man. Let's go stand in it and soak up the vibrations. If I was Charles Manson, I'd be crouched down in here. I'm only 5'2" myself, so this is how it would have been done. Real life scenario. Crouched down, but wait. One lock of my hair would have been hanging out the door, and that would have been all it took. I mean, this bathroom is tiny, let alone how tiny this cabinet must have been. Amazing. Really, really interesting. And look how beautiful it is, like the surrounding area. Glad we decided to pack all our gear out here and spend the night, because this is a gorgeous place to camp out. Spooky, but gorgeous.